be doing the last time yet again because we are down a Bjorn. Because David will be dealing with some things.
Hiatus.
Yeah, he's on a little mini hiatus. So, come the end of this session, at the very least, if not just before, depending on circumstance, Bjorn will be also drifting from the group temporarily, just so that we don't have to worry about what's going on with his character when the player is not going to be here. Thankfully, though, his hiatus may be a couple months, but it's only going to be like 4 or 5 sessions because we play once, because we only play twice a month. So
it'll basically just be like letting up from us to take care of a side quest, and then it'll link right back up.
Probably that's how I was pretty much imagining it. It's going to be something that Bjorn is doing on the. Essentially, it's going to be something he is doing on the cluster where you guys are going. And my intent is hopefully by the time...
That is if we make it out of this turtle.
Yes, you gotta do that.
Yeah, that is the important thing we need.
Last time, you guys were traveling on a boat, and you had encountered the island that the captain of the boat was looking for, and he started to go look into it, and both Riven and Locke were all about, wait a minute, this place is spooky, bad, don't go here, don't do this. And then Riven went anyway, because axes.
Because, of course, axes.
Yes.
There are people to save that are trapped there. I have freed them.
Did you now?
Into your belly.
I did.
Locke is just in the background looking, I need an X button I can furiously mash.
Anywho.
I have my doubts and they are immense!
Yes. Anywho, Riven went to the island and then fell into the inside of the island via a cave. And you guys fought the creature that is an undead dragon turtle. Hooray! There was some interesting combat shenanigans that happened and whatnot, and following that, the creature was defeated. The soul gem thing that was residing most of the creature's power exploded, knocking everybody away from the central point of where it was, except for Byrn, because Byrn is resilient? Question mark? Yay?
He's something.
He's something, yes.
I'm something.
And
We'll figure it out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of circumstances during the combat where the creature messed with people's heads, and Riven ended up attacking Byrn twice, which was amusing.
Amusing for some involved.
Yes. Once she attacked a clone that he had created, so everything was fine. And the second time she actually hit him. Yes. Moving on from that, you guys now have to figure out how you're going to get out. Because as soon as all the magic of this undead creature went away, the beast began to take in water and sink. And that is where we are now. There is a nice influx of water coming mostly from the direction of this way. And I'm not in the right layer. There we go. This way. And
Which way this way?
from what you guys have determined to be the mouth.
Not north. Okay.
Yes, not north.
Yeah.
So we're taking on water, and we need air to live. So I say we work our way into the lungs. There should be air there.
Smartass! Smartass!
There's a few parts of me that are smart. My mouth. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That said, I don't have any spells that would actually get us out of here, because I typically tend to lean into harmful spells rather than mobility. The only one I have is Teleportation Circle, and that will throw shit out of whack if I use that, and I don't have time.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention, you
So-
probably don't have a good enough space to make a circle of chalk.
That too. There is also that unfortunate problem.
Let me see here. Why are there long and short rest buttons on my character sheet? That's new. Because it's
I think they
updated.
added that recently.
Gotcha. Does anyone in our party have rope?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure someone must.
I have miles and miles of random stuff, but I don't think I have rope.
Control F, help me. Okay, Locke does not possess rope at present.
I do not have rope.
I will check. David is doing a fantastic job of keeping track of his inventory.
Right?
Does he have like one item that says I have stuff?
No, it looks like he put all of his inventory into his equipment list.
Okay.
So,
Is he equipped with rope?
no, there's no rope in here.
Oh, no rope. Oak's not got any either.
I had a brilliant idea, but now it doesn't matter.
So the inside walls of this place are squishy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
very quickly becoming not as squishy because the magic is causing them to deteriorate much faster. But yeah.
right, but like it's soft and pliant, and you could feasibly stab it.
Technically, yes.
Okay. In that case, Locke is going to pull out Slaughter, and he's going to pull out one of his 2 daggers, and I would like to use those like mountain picks to try and climb up and out of here. While hollering, "I'm not exactly strong, some help would be appreciated."
I mean, yeah.
Where's your elephant friend?
Okay. Strength, I guess.
That is the roll I have to make, right? A strength check, athletics, something.
Athletics, yeah. This would be athletics for you to try to climb.
I have a -2 in that.
You do, yes.
Oh boy.
Hold on.
At least it's not 0.
At least.
I'm
0.
trying to do what I've got here. This.
Yes.
That.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So you can roll your athletics again. He's giving you advantage.
Sweet. Nope.
Can I like help him from over here to give him like triple advantage?
Unfortunately, no.
Mm-hmm.
Because advantage can only happen once. But anywho, plus I think you would have to, in order for you to use enhance ability, you would have had to have come across the swamp because your enhance ability is touch. So we can say that.
Does anyone else have the ability to get themselves out of here magically?
How high is the hole?
Like 20 feet up or 30 feet up, I think.
It was 30 feet up. Does Bjorn still have a Misty Step left? He tried to use one before, but I don't know if he had another one. Or if he actually made use of the spell.
Give me a second. Let's see here. Bjorn spells. Let's see here. What level? Here it is. Misty Step. It doesn't look like he has any 3rd level spell slots left, but he does have Misty Step, and he does have higher level spell slots. He can still use Misty Step with higher level spell slots, right?
Yeah. Technically.
Does Misty Step let you take someone with you or just yourself?
It only says, briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see, so I don't think it can take anyone.
I have... Does it just... Paste it into the thingy.
It's just the way David has it written in here.
Let me pull up Silver.
I believe you...
Can Hollis climb the wall?
That would be amusing.
I guess sort of more pointed at Riven. Do you think Hollis would be capable of climbing?
Probably not. If it's straight up, no.
Well, it's straight up for like 20 feet.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
the same
like
thing for
slope.
me that says for Misty Step. Kind of like, get out, dodge.
Yeah, okay. So the Misty Step actually can't take anybody with you. Which means that the use of Misty Step that he tried to use wouldn't have worked. Because at last session he tried to use Misty Step to grab Riven when she started to fall.
So Bjorn could use Misty Step, and Riven has Misty Step.
No,
Silver.
I was looking at Silver's papers
Oh, okay.
to see if there was any additional, because I just copy and pasted.
Does Oak have any means of transporting himself
I do.
and/or others?
I do not think so. I will double check.
Get more levels of Bard.
He does need more levels of Bard.
Do we still have the bag of holding?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have a list of what's in the bag of holding anywhere?
I think I have a general.
No.
15 rations, 2 standard, 1 greater potions. Potion A, potion B. What?
Alright, potions we never got identified.
Oh, joy, that's gonna be fun.
Right?
Gold for a dragon, warhammer, more rations, parchment, ceiling, ball. Omnomlet,
Omnilet. Yep.
Omnilet.
miscellaneous books. We can try stacking books.
I don't think that'll work.
Wait, we've gone camping since Byrn has joined the party, right?
Yes.
Yes.
At least one.
Yes, I think so.
Locke, your magical tent thing, how strong would it be? Could it be used to improvise a rope?
The blanket of fortitude?
Yes.
Let's see here. The small blanket was created by some dipshit we don't give a fuck about to comfort troops, blah, blah, blah. When thrown by someone like me, the blanket of fortitude transforms into a mighty fortress of patchwork blankets and pillows. While the fortress beers only take up a 5-foot cube, it's a TARDIS on the inside. The cozy interior fits the person. The structure has an armor class of 14 and 70 hit points. When destroyed, the blanket of fortitude is shredded and requires a week to repair itself, provided all the scraps are collected. If the blanket fort is destroyed, all inhabitants are pushed together and knocked prone. So,
If it's a 5-foot cube and it's got walls, ceiling, and floor, then that means flat it would be at least 20 feet.
Here's what I'm going to say. You're going to.
I like how Riven's token is just going up.
Um. So you
Guys
can.
are arguing too much.
Yes. Okay. What I'm going to say is, I'm going to try to push this. First things first. Is Locke willing to give his blanket of fortitude and potentially destroy it to Byrn?
I mean, if there's a risk of destroying it, I'm gonna need some convincing. I promised the kid I got this from, I'd take care of it.
Technically you didn't talk to the kid that you got it from, but that's beside the point. So I will say, Byrn, make for me, as Byrn, an intelligence check to try to figure this out. Because it's engineering.
Oh, God.
And you're also figuring this out while water is coming in. Riven, you can be figuring out how to get out of there.
Yep, she's just like, water's coming in, that is an exit.
Water's coming in. How about we just wait for it to get high enough and then just swim up?
Acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Byrn, yes, you can engineer this, yes, but you also have to roll persuasion to convince Locke. Or just convince Locke the player. But you have time, so you have not very much time. So
Right. If it is damaged, I will repair or replace it myself.
well then there you go. Riven, make for me athletics for yourself and Hollis to try to essentially swim and make your way through the water that is cascading in.
Why can't I use... There we go. Oh, for Hollis.
Hollis is big
And
and
you
it's
said-
easier for him to move. So, technically.
So, strength check?
Athletics for Riven.
16.
Okay. Okay, you're making your way through there. You're basically swimming. I'm going to say that Bjorn is the adventurous sort, and he's going to very carefully make his way across here as you guys are arguing to figure out how you're going to get out of here.
Well, you guys both say the word argue. I said, Locke, would you mind doing this?
Well, discuss.
Well, I guess I suppose
Disgusting.
with that 25. All right, with that 25 in your argument, like, all right, fine, but I'm holding you to that. And I'll pass you the blanket in its folded up state.
Who is the burliest of those who are not going out the throat?
That would be
Bjorn?
me.
That would be Bjorn, yes.
Okay. Bjorn, would you mind giving me a hand?
I don't see why not.
Actually, he has a misty step he can do.
He does.
He does?
Would Oak be the next burliest?
Considering Riven's leaving, yes, technically. But only because Oak is more burly than, I think, you and Locke.
Jesus Christ, Bjorn has a really good array of stats. Shit.
So, actually, Bjorn, do you think that you could reach up to the top to help me and Oak drop the edge of the blanket down to save Locke?
So just so we're clear, the idea is like Bjorn Misty steps up with the blanket and goes from there?
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
And, Oak, would you mind helping as well?
I can do that.
Alright, so I'm going to teleport us up there with Dimension Door. And I think between the three of us, we should be able to lower the blanket where Locke can get up. I guess also shouting down the corridor, Riven, if you get stuck, we have a potential way up.
Dynamic saves.
So you are going to basically at this point be rolling a, I guess it would be a con save to see how well you're swimming through this rushing of water. Because bear in mind, the head of this creature was down when it was floating, when the island was on top. So you're going to be going sort of down into the water and then having to swim your way back up.
So,
This would be a,
ooh. 10 for Hollis.
okay.
18 for Riven.
So, Riven, you will swim and you will make your way up. It's difficult, but you are an outdoorsy sort, so you can figure out which way is up when swimming pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will actually be able to make it out. Because I'm not going to do any kind of crazy long-winded skill challenge thing, because I've done that before and that was bad. So,
Does she give her dog advantage since she's guiding him?
not for swimming. That's not easily something that can, so, Riven,
Yes.
you have the amulet, which allows you to,
Here, Hollis, yes.
hear Hollis. So
But we're
Hollis-
underwater.
Well, magic shenanigans. Well, I guess he wouldn't be able to make enough noise to talk anyway, so yeah, no, not really. You start to swim to make your way up, and I'm assuming you're going to look back to check on Hollis, because he's following you?
Yep.
So, everyone else is not going to see this, because you guys are getting your way out of this creature and trying to make your way up. But you will, looking back towards Hollis. You will see him starting to panic. Because considering he's not swimming well, and he doesn't like water. He was a certain little puppy that was thrown into a river when you saved him.
I know.
So he don't like this. He don't like this at all. And he starts to panic, and then he's up on top of the water where you are.
The fuck?
Is this secretly a blank dog?
What What? What is going on? At this point, she slightly panics. Like, the fuck?
but he's up top.
My dog is a warlock!
So there's this thing. Riven got a lot of her wild magic as a barbarian when she spent basically a year or so in Shadowfell.
As time shenanigans.
His time shenanigans. And that's also where Hollis became full grown and went from being brown to being black. Hollis has magic, he's just never had to use it. He can Misty Step.
Oh shit.
Okay, cool revelation.
Just much like Riven, he doesn't know how to do it or how it works. So
This happens. We're a special duo.
exactly. So yes, you have officially made it topside, and you can see the island slowly sinking, and the boat that you guys had jumped off of to get to the island, and all that is a little ways away.
Is the boat standing still?
It's
Yes.
floating still.
It's
Okay.
floating. Yes.
She's gonna try to, like, kind of coax Hollis towards the boat.
Big, huge, dire wolf doggy paddle.
Yeah.
So back to the others, and now that you're out of the water, he's because you can talk to him because you're topside. He's wait, what? Huh? What? He's confused,
I don't know.
but he's
It's a
following
boat.
you.
Oddly enough, Hollis's only thoughts were, "Oh no, not again." If only we understood why, we might understand more about the nature of all this crap.
No shit. Just you.
Are you saying he's more intelligent than my character?
Hollis is not an obligatory British comedy flower pot. No.
Oh,
Anyway, so yes, you guys.
that's a turn of praise.
Right.
Anyway.
So, Bjorn teleports and makes his way topside to the top of the cave relatively easily.
And I grab reasonable, friendly hold on Oak and Dimension Door up.
Yep. So now, Locke, you're down there by yourself.
I hate this! I hate this all!
We're right here.
Jump
So-
and grab the tent.
So yeah. Let's see, Bjorn is probably the strongest of the three of us.
Yes. Very
So
easily.
I will do another enhance ability.
Yep.
On Bjorn, giving him advantage strength.
Yep.
And we will, I guess, sort of support him lowering the blanket down for Locke to jump up and grab, and we'll pull him up.
Alright, so I guess Bjorn rolls a strength check, huh?
Strength check with advantage, or well, athletics with advantage technically, but yes.
Athletics. Alright, that's a much bigger bonus.
Yep. So rope is, or blanket turned rope is effectively secured and easy for Locke to grab.
And then the three of us just pull him up.
Well, Locke would have to roll strength to see how easily he holds on and climbs, but yes.
Okay, so that's another athletics from Locke, is it?
Yep.
Does he still have advantage or no?
It's concentration.
It is concentration, but Byrn, you're 30 feet away, so
Oh, so he jumps and whiffs, and I try and keep Locke's spirits up and tell him, try one more time. I think you got it this time.
now you
Ah,
can.
fuck.
So now, even though we're up in the air, you do have advantage. Try again.
Oh,
There
thank
you go.
God. It seems like I have inherited my brother's curse of routinely low rolls. That's
Yeah. So,
yeah, 17.
with the help of Byrn, with the help of Byrn, you will hold securely to the rope, and the others will make it out the top. And now you just have the island that is slowly sinking to just run.
All right, away!
Meanwhile, as you guys get on the island up top and are running your way, you'll see Riven and Hollis in the water slowly making their way towards the boat. Because now you've got to swim, but it's not necessarily... this island is sinking slowly, so it's not like super turbulent water, but yeah, this is a situation of I see like Locke just jumping onto probably not Bjorn, because Bjorn's strong, but Bjorn's in armor, so Bjorn swimming is going to be difficult.
He's got advantage on strength for an hour.
This is true. So if Locke wants to hop on Bjorn to have Bjorn help him swim, then this is a situation of the other two just trying to swim to get there and how easily they do so. Athletics checks from everybody, Bjorn has advantage. Unless Locke hops on his back, in which case he wouldn't anymore.
on Hollis?
No, you. Locke is hopping on Bjorn's back, because Hollis is not near you.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I still need to make strength throws to swim?
No, you've already got yourself situated, so you're gone. You're good.
Locke will stay close to Bjorn, but he'll try to swim under his own power if possible.
Okay.
What was the move
If he starts sinking, Bjorn will be ready to haul him up.
What was the move that I used to walk on acid?
Walk on water. Water walking.
Water, yeah.
Water. Oh, okay. I was going to see if I had a point of it left.
You should. It's a low-level spell. Oak is fine. Oak is surprisingly good at athletics. Hooray for bards. So
I suppose I need to roll Locke, don't I?
Yep. Locke and Bjorn.
What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?
You have a low...
Nothing.
Oh.
Are you casting that on Locke?
Yes.
So, I see Locke starting to try to swim under his own power, and he just, like, stumbles, or, like, tumbles forward, losing which way is up, and then all of a sudden he knows which way is up, and he's standing on top of the water.
Locke will just sort of look down at his feet.
Swim and picks himself up and dusts himself off and is frustrated and is like, oh, wait a minute. What?
Kicks the water.
Yeah, Locke will just kind of look down at himself after a moment and let out a little huff.
Actually, Target is up to 10
I feel like I'm
willing
being
creatures.
pitied.
I just realized Target is up to 10 willing creatures. So, all of us. And Riven and Puppy. We all walk back to the ship.
That's the thing. I don't know if I'm in range of you.
How far away is she?
You would be.
I swam out through the mouth.
You swim out through the mouth and up. But the island... Echo. But the island is... Like, there's a time thing. They set up the rope. You swim out, and you just went straight out. So, the point in which you came up out of the water is just near the edge of the island itself. So, you get close enough, and then all of a sudden everybody's walking on water and it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Locke will look down at his feet on the water and let a little huff. I feel like I'm being pitied. Am I being pitied? Born to clap him on the back? Absolutely, 100%. That's good. Thanks a lot, man. All right. And then Locke will walk, and then just to sort of wrap that up, Locke will head over to Riven and just sort of smack the black book into her belly. Have it back?
No.
Yes.
No.
Riven, this is not a discussion. Please just take the fucking book.
I don't have to.
Just think it's a bit funny that the second I take the book back to cast a spell is the second you hear something that none of the rest of us could hear.
Well, we freed the souls that were trapped in there. We did a good thing.
Wait, what?
The orb thing that I was hitting.
Right,
That
Okay, so
had good people trapped in it. We broke it. They were freed. And
Okay,
now
so-
we are out. We are alive. Let's get on the boat. I don't want to be standing on water. I have a headache. Let's go.
I figure we were walking and talking.
Yeah.
See, the way you were talking, I'd been operating under the impression you thought that there were people, like, physically on the island, like other travelers or something who fell for the same trap and needed an escort off.
So did I. Well, they're not trapped anymore. Let's just go.
Hollis is intrigued that he can now walk on water.
Oh, jeez.
Eh, eh.
It's probably just like running around in circles.
Yeah, he's just wandering around in circles and he's just like, this is cool.
Don't get used
Looking
to
down at the water and growling at it, and then like smacking it, and it's
Yep.
solid.
Yep, that's exactly what he's
Take that
doing.
water.
That's what it looks like to everybody else other than Riven, who hears, hey, this is cool. Look.
Hey, this is cool.
It's like a child.
He
Right.
is a child.
I know.
Well, technically, for intelligence, he's a child, but for his actual size, he's an adult because dog. But
Right.
anyway. So you will make your way back to the boat, and
So how kind of them to stay for us.
well, yeah, he needed to figure out what you guys would find out about the island, and the fact that it is sinking is sort of saddening. But at least you're okay.
Look, if he wants, he can go make himself a diving bell and go get whatever he wants from it later.
Something tells me that the gold is not actually gold, because I happened to notice when the place started to sink that it changed color. So
Yeah, no. There was undead things. You did not want to be in there. Oh, and there was acid, so.
There's a stomach. We were fighting things in a stomach. It was
I
it
went
was a
out
lot
on-
of it was a lot of fun. It was not.
I went through a mouth.
you
I
did.
saw this weird face.
So jealous.
Bjorn has a distant glazed look across his eyes as he just says, "I saw the other end."
No, he didn't go that far.
He started to.
Well, the only logical course of action, if we went in through the mouth or whatever this is, then the only logical course of action is to keep going until we come out the other side. Oh!
Technically, you didn't go in through the mouth. You went in through the top.
We went into the blowhole.
Some things once seen cannot be unseen.
Which it technically didn't have a blowhole. It just had a hole in the top of itself. But that's fine.
Which,
Okay, fine. The suck hole. The feeding
well,
tube.
no, I would
The
say
top
it was.
layer proboscis.
I say it would be a blowhole because I distinctly remember something happening that caused everyone else to fall down into the hole.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Or it could just simply be the trap hole.
Oh, good point.
Specifically, it was designed. Specifically, it was pushed to say this is a way for it to pull things in if things didn't come in. But it, yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bjorn, go have an ale or grog or whatever they have here.
They have.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go take. I'm gonna go take a nap.
I think I'm
I-
going to do much the same, frankly.
I have a headache.
You do. It's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, following that wonderful little to do,
I'm gonna be right back. Just gonna go AFK for a second to get something to snack on because I'm getting peckish.
that's fine.
I got bell peppers.
I have
Um,
Chinese.
Ooh, tiny. Nom nom nom. So it is. Everyone makes their way back to the ship. It's also worth noting that a lot of the people on the ship are giving most of the characters a pretty wide berth because now there's like this annoying, obnoxious, undead smell about all of you. Because being in there was not happy. It's sort of like when you went in the
I just.
the little place where the flesh mound was that rolled, how it smelled really bad. It's like that, but the smell sticks with you for a while.
I return with chocolate.
Good job.
I think Riven's gonna sit there and keep getting like buckets of water. He can't just try to like scrub the smell off of her and armor. Just like
And Hollis.
Yes.
Um,
Does anyone have tomato paste?
I mean, that's actually,
Somewhere in the distance, a green scale cobalt only perks up. I feel offended.
Bjorn's like, "Don't worry, I've got you, friend." And he's like, "Geyser."
Oh dear lord. Okay.
I mean, he
Totally
has
forgot about that.
He has used it to wash people off before.
And
Yeah.
it usually leaves you smelling like cheap alcohol.
I
Well,
don't want to
that's-
smell like cheap alcohol.
You want to smell like death itself?
To be fair, he also has a geyser for just water. So he has both of those things. He has a never-ending flask for both water and a never-ending flask for ale. So he has both.
And I can use some spells to create water.
Yes,
Ah!
Yes, you
I can create 10 gallons of water. Clean water.
clean fresh water.
If I have
That's
a
great.
bucket.
There's buckets on board. Yes, that's fine. So it lasts for a couple days, but you still have several days left of your journey. So by the time you get anywhere important, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, people are going to probably need to rest a while and deal with shenanigans. And
Do we rest?
Yeah.
yes, you
Because we got, like, what? We got a day and a half to go? Or a couple of days left?
couple
on
of
the
days left.
boat.
You got several days left on the boat. You were going to be on the boat for 2 weeks, and you were only 3 days into your journey when you hit this thing. So
Ah, okay. So, still got
Yeah.
quite a bit to go.
yes, you definitely have quite a bit to go, and Riven has some roads to do. Yay!
No! Okay.
Well said. So
Charisma.
yes. So you did not take Locke's book.
I don't know, it depends. Does Locke feel brave enough to try to get it onto her person? Like reverse pickpocketing?
I mean, he saw how well that ended last time someone did that. He's not
I know,
going to repeat
I was just
that.
I was gonna sit there and be like, does he feel brave?
Not
Are we
enough
gonna
to do that, but I imagine, like, before we go to bed, he would probably try one more time.
Okay. We can do that.
Oh yeah, what was the aftermath of the blanket? Was Locke heavy enough to damage it, or was magical blanket strong?
Well, that depends. Does a sub 100-pound 17-year-old have the capacity to deal upwards of 70 points of damage to an object just by holding on to it and having his weight dangle from it?
I
There's
doubt it,
stretch
but that's
marks,
why I
maybe
asked.
a few pairs that just need stitched up.
Here's the thing. You would have had to, in order to unfold it and turn it into that, you would have had to have damaged it to make the rope. So it's not about Locke break. It's not about Locke breaking it when he climbs it. It's about breaking it to make the rope. What did it say about how it would need to be repaired?
It would just need time to repair itself. It said a week.
Okay.
So yeah, but probably by the time we're done on the boat, it'll be repaired.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
But yeah,
Anyway,
Does it need like a skilled person to repair it, or
No, it repairs itself.
it's
No.
self-repairing?
Magic.
Magic.
Awesome. Then, yeah.
Although since it's repairing itself and magic and it's a patchwork blanket of a particular pattern, the pattern's slightly different now. It repairs itself with different patches. Yeah.
Every now and again, there's a book on a bookshelf that, though a pillow, has a Band-Aid on it.
so are we going to address Locke trying one more time to pass the black book back to Riven?
Yes,
Sure,
yes.
I'm good for it.
All right. So I guess before night falls that day, like as people are starting to get tired and get ready to head off to sleep, he'll come up to her. Hey.
Hi. Don't talk so loud.
Huh?
My head hurts.
Oh. Right. Are we like top deck or something?
Yep.
Yep.
Are you like sitting on something at the moment?
She's just leaning against Hollis.
Okay.
Like, I guess you would have, like, kind of like her bedroll blanket and stuff, which is just kind of slightly curled up and just like, I don't feel good.
If she has no objections, Locke will sit down next to her with like a couple feet of clearance.
That's fine.
So that was all a lot.
Well, we survived.
We did. Now, I know a little bit ago when we were coming back, you said no. But that being said, it would make me feel more comfortable if you just held on to it for the time being, and I'll hold the black book out again. I know it probably feels silly to you, unnecessary, unneeded, or whatever, but I don't know. I'm sure you can tell at this point that I worry about you, and well, with this thing, the guy who gives me my power can keep a better eye on both of us. I'm just trying to make
Yeah,
sure my
but
best
what
friend
about
is-
you? See, like, you needed it today.
For a moment, and I haven't needed it much. I only needed it for a fleeting second, and that fleeting second was all it took for something to go awry that led us into that fight. But regardless of the outcome or the motivation, the timing still just... it feels weird to me.
Okay.
I'm not doubting what you heard, but I can say with confidence I didn't hear it, and neither did the rest of us, so if only for my own peace of mind.
I just set it down.
Alright, and I'll put it down next to you.
Hey, Riven, make for me a charisma save.
I mean, she's not touching it.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Okay,
19.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
alright. So are you going to pick up the book before you go to sleep?
She'll put it in her bag.
I mean, that technically counts as being on your person. So good enough.
It's among the immediate possession, so yeah, I think it counts.
I'm sorry. Remind me. Why is Riven apprehensive of taking it back?
I think because the axes know that it deadens their hold over her, and they're trying to make her not.
Yep.
They want her
much.
vulnerable.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Gotcha.
Riven, for your benefit,
Yeah.
that first save there wasn't a save to deal with your dreams or anything. That was a save to just not have the axes just straight up say, you don't need that, and get you to push it away.
Throw it overboard.
Throw it over.
Oh, that would piss Locke off.
Mhm.
Locke comes up and is like, "Can I see that book?" And she's just like, it's over there." Gestures over her shoulder towards the ocean.
Ah!
I just tossed its lid and stuff. It should be over there somewhere. It's not over there. I guess it fell in the ocean.
What? You said you didn't need it.
Yeah, but anyway, as it is, before Locke heads
And this is when we notice that Locke can kill.
one more thing before we move on.
Mhm.
Locke will just look at the book for a second. You know, I'm pretty sure I've told you this story, but not long after I first found that thing, I accidentally killed someone with it.
Yes, and he told me all about it.
Just feels good, you know, knowing that maybe it's helping keep someone I care about safe.
Are you sure it's not the right? Are you sure you're not feeling relief from a burden on you that you pushed onto someone else?
Ouch.
Because, like you said, once you received this book, you killed someone with it. I just want to make sure you know what you're feeling.
When I first found that book, I was incomprehensibly reckless with it. I found I suddenly had...
kind of almost reckless. Kind of.
Not in the same way. I admit
I mean, you're not as reckless as me diving headfirst into a badger hole, okay?
Yeah. I look, all the things that happen with me can be traced back to that book, good and bad. I guess I just want to make sure that when all is said and done, I have more good tallies under that mark than bad. If it helps protect the people I care about, that's good marks in my book, and I can be at peace with that. Had to show me the Kirby.
Uh-huh.
Well, as long as you feel, once you understand the risks, then okay.
This might be an incredibly unhealthy sentiment for me to have, but at present, as far as I'm concerned, you're all a lot more important than I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Besides, I wouldn't know half the things I know about being brave in the first place if it wasn't for you.
Oh, I thought that was Bjorn.
No, he taught me the fact that I don't like alcohol. And he vaguely taught me a little more about how to party. You sort of pokes you in the shoulder.
Ah.
You taught me how to be brave.
She's very cold.
Yes, I am very cold.
You should wear a blanket, you're freezing.
I have a blanket on me, okay?
Alright. I'll stop bothering you now.
Okay.
Rest well. And Locke will get up and head off to find a spot to sleep.
Which is probably going to be inside the ship. Riven's the only one that really has to sleep outside because Hollis.
And because motion sick.
That too.
And at this point, she's just like, my head hurts too much to be motion sick.
Migraine, owl, motion sick can just go away. That's how this works. So, in light of said migraine,
Oh no. Oh yeah. Anyway.
so, Riven, you are going to be needing to roll several charisma saves for those, souls that you freed.
Sure. First one.
Yeah.
8.
You do have advantage because look.
Ah.
Oh, don't sound so disappointed.
Okay. So let's see.
That
one's
first
15.
19 is when Riven said to herself, "No," before.
I know.
No!
Okay. So let me double check thing.
Next one.
Hey, I'm gonna do all of the effects of them as you get them so that I can.
Okay, just message. Don't have to say anything.
So, I know. So, roll me a d8. Oh, nice. 8. So,
Oh. Okay. Next one.
uh-huh.
How many times do I have to do this?
7.
That's an 11.
Roll a d8.
A 6.
So, a 6 is going to be,
Oh, do I get more voices?
no.
No. Soon I shall have a choir. I'll sit there and sing and it's just a choir. A one-man choir going on the road.
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry, Locke.
So, now, it's charisma save number 3. Yay!
16.
Yay! You succeeded. Woo.
Hey!
That time. S3, 4, charisma save again.
18.
Yep, you're good.
3!
Hooray! D8.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got
Yeah,
2 more rolls.
yes. Let's see. This is spelled correctly. It's a weird word. I'll just copy it from the way that you
Yeah, I was
spelled
gonna say just copy.
Yeah, my spell check thinks it's a weird word. It's fine. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be fun.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
16?
Fail now. Yay.
Oh, shit.
Roll a d8.
6. Oh, wait, no. 2, and then my next save is 6.
Cool.
Okay.
So this one is going to be, let's see. Yeah. So can you roll me a d4?
3.
Oh, fun.
Did you say oh fun or oh fuck?
Fun.
Fun.
And then
That's the
six,
that's the
and then
fifth one so far for those
4.
counting at home.
Uh-huh. So, let's see. You said your something about a next roll was something?
Yeah, my next roll was a 6, and the 8 was a 4.
Okay, so this is your 6th one, right?
No, this is the last one, 7.
Oh, it's the last one. Okay. And this one was a 4.
Yes.
Right? Oh,
Yes.
lovely.
Please be saying something simple. Yep, it's simple.
Okay.
Alright.
So, over the course of basically a week that you guys are on the boat, how much do you guys actually interact with each other?
I mean, I'd say like the same as usual. I imagine there's plenty of small talk, but not like necessarily in-depth character development chatter.
There's 2 things that's clearly noticed.
Iron is pretty much going to keep to himself below deck.
Okay, then only 1 is clear.
Unless approached by one of our party, he's going to be fairly antisocial.
Nice. So,
I gotta find a description that I decided to use. Riven is holding on to that little blanket she has, and she's just has it covered over her head.
Little what she has?
The
Her-
blanket that she was using.
her
Oh.
So
girl-
she's up on she's in general up on deck and stuff, and she has the blanket wrapped over her head, like draped over her head, so she doesn't have, so it's like dark for her.
darker. Well, dark
Mhm.
because sunlight.
And she's not she's rarely moving around.
By the way,
Mm.
I was thinking for something to add to your thing. That.
Okay,
Aw.
that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Apparently, I can't use this to protect her eyes from the energy of the sun.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. So, yeah. If, if Locke tries to go and interact with Riven, she is remaining mostly antisocial and has her blanket over her head.
You, you okay down there?
I'm fine. Go away.
Did you catch a cold or something?
No, I don't think so.
Insight check.
You can roll inside if you want.
She's like she doesn't know if she did catch a cold or anything, but she doesn't think she caught a cold. She's second guessing herself.
I think by body language with an inside of 22, it might be that Locke can pick up on that she's caught something. That's for sure.
Do you want me to go get Oak? He has all that funky healing magic he can do. Maybe he can help. If you're feeling under the weather at all.
No, just it's just bright. That's all.
Look up at the sky. What's the weather?
Pretty sunny.
Right.
Pretty good outside.
But, like, manageable for the rest of us. So I'm going to give Riven a look, and I am going to detect magic, because with that blanket over her head, she won't be able to tell I'm doing that.
Okay.
I know she's usually got, like, a necromancy aura surrounding her all the time. Is it any worse now? Is there anything added to it?
I mean, the sense of her necromancy aura, you pretty much, with detect magic, you get, like, overall strength and spell school. So, you
Something to
can't,
that effect, yeah.
you can't really discern exactly what the effects themselves are. But her necromancy aura is pretty
Strong at this point.
pretty strong. Yeah.
Hmm. All right. If you change your mind, just let me know or something.
Maybe talk to me in a couple of hours when it's darker.
Okay.
She just kind of like lazily waves him away.
And Locke will amble off for the time being.
Alright. Anyone got anything else that they want to do while on the boat?
Bjorn is drinking.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Just get him something to do in character that gets him out of the way, because David is not here.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if anybody, I'm not going to have.
I don't know. Riven's like having second thoughts about this captain. Like
Before
she's
we-
still not happy with the captain. So
Oh,
She
yeah.
pats her axes and is like, "They hunger."
See, that laugh does not inspire confidence, Sam.
I'm sorry,
All right.
but no, I was generally laughing at the that idea. But no,
Anyway,
nothing like that
yet.
yet.
So, yes. I was going to say that anyone, I don't know if anybody in the party would see it, but anyone who passes by Bjorn down in the galley and drinking away will notice that he's got himself one of the members of the ship, one of the crewmates, that he's sort of carrying on a nice conversation with. We don't have to RP it out or anything, but that's what's happening.
Okay.
So, does Byrn want to do anything specific?
For the most part, he's sort of keeping to himself. Obviously, every now and again, he'll pop out of his room to like eat or get stuff. Would he come across anything interesting, like overhear anybody or anything with Bjorn or anything?
Well,
Anything he might find interesting?
Byrne's abilities and knowledge and understanding, you'll be able to tell that, at least pretty quickly when you're trying to, focus on things being more calm and not worried about a lot, that the people aboard this ship come from the Shotokhan Cluster, which you know at least a little bit about that. And because you're basically picking up on dialects and the places in which that you have been, you know precisely where some of the people are from because you can do that. And as far as talks and discusses of anything really interesting, they are wanting to go to basically the market in Shotokhan Cluster to try to get their supplies back up, and you have a really high passive perception, so you will notice that there are some talks about your crew and how they don't particularly find some of you. They're basically a combination of wary and worried about having a crew of adventurers such as yourself on this boat. They don't know what to think of you. In particular, you notice that there's, at least below deck, where it's long away from her, there's a lot of talk about Riven downstairs.
Interesting. All right.
And in answer to your question, is Byron going to do anything with that kind of information?
If I ever see Locke wander by, possibly, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do anything with it, so probably not.
Right.
Oh, you don't want to come talk to Riven?
There's people out there. When have I ever been comfortable around a bunch of people I don't know?
I mean, you decided to group up with us.
This meta commentary is out of character. I was like, how do I answer? Oh, wait, duh. This is out of character.
Alright. So
I'm sorry that I called you out on that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
you're fine. So basically, hmm. Hey Riven, roll me a d4.
Oh dear lord. Okay.
Oh, good. This inspires confidence.
4.
Cool.
She hits the black book with a golf club really hard.
No.
4.
So
4!
yeah, that. So eventually, you will see.
And we make it safe to harbor. That's it. We win
No.
the game.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Not
Did we
yet.
level up?
No, not yet.
We defeated a giant golden island of undead turtle.
No, shush. Well, you did, but you don't level yet.
Ugh.
So eventually, this is probably, I'm gonna say you're still about 2.5, 3 days out from making it to the cluster. During the night, has Riven been staying up
Yay!
later at night? I'm assuming.
Yes. Because it's more comfortable.
Yes. So during
And she's
the-
not shielded by the blanket anymore.
Yes, indeed. During the night, you will be greeted by the same. Actually, no. It will be a sort of bigger shipmate. You've seen him sort of wandering around. It's a half orc, another half orc.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be sort of. You catch him, and he's just basically staring at you in the night.
And she's staring right back at him.
You are very strange, and creeping out most of the people on the boat. You got some weird magic on you or something?
Yeah, I'm cursed.
Ladies and gentlemen, she admits it.
The healing can begin.
So you think. I mean,
No.
we're just a couple days out, yes? From making
Yeah.
harbor?
Yeah, I think so.
I won't be long on this ship of yours.
Not much longer, no.
So you just have to sit tight and pray.
Why does that sound threatening?
Because she's making it sound threatening.
As she pats her ass.
She doesn't-
No, she's just laying there, like, has one
No,
across her lap and she's petting it.
No, she's just like sitting there next to Hollis and stuff, and she's just staring right at this half orc.
Half orc, yeah.
And she hasn't blinked at all.
Okay.
There is a slight glow though, coming from somewhere.
Then the half orc hell where?
Yes, the eyes.
That's what I thought.
Honestly, I wonder, do I see anything else?
Currently, no, not yet. Not at the moment.
Just little wisps. Okay.
little wisps, little thing.
Okay.
It's sort of like whenever you decide to, take a more in-depth look around when it's darker, that you just see little wisps of mists and semi-transparent movements in the air. It's like almost like fireflies when you don't know what fireflies are, or like will-o-wisps.
Okay.
So
I guess there's some interesting factors about this.
you never really noticed them before at night.
No,
Maybe it's just a on the sea thing.
maybe. Does he like eventually go away?
He's keeping an eye on you, but
Like, if you're not gonna do anything, fuck off.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just worried you are.
So, fuck off.
And,
I'm sure there's like some rope that needs to be tied somewhere. Go on.
You know, if you didn't have some sort of creepy voice thing going on, I might be less inclined to find you to be so threatening. But whatever. Any of one.
Oh, you think it's my voice that's creeping you out?
Do you actually know what it is?
What, with my voice?
What's going on with you in general?
I told you, I'm cursed. Now if you would please get out of my sight. You're unsightly.
He'll walk off. Riven, give me a perception check.
Do 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 do. 23. Huh?
You hear the fellow whisper something as he walks away. I used the wrong word because freaking.
But I understood what you were saying.
Yes. Stupid autocorrect. Anyway, if you don't want to do anything with that, then eventually you guys will make it to the cluster. Yay!
If Riven tries getting off the boat with a blanket over her head.
So I assume we're gonna pull into a port town or something?
Yeah. By
And where are we making berth?
Down
down
here. Down here on the right. Yep.
Okay.
So you will be finally making dock on one of these little Shotokhan Cluster island things, and Riven, you're finally not on a boat anymore. Yay!
Yay!
You just see lots and lots of water.
Alright, I gave you a circle to use as a city icon.
Hooray!
Just put it on the map layer.
Yes, you did finally arrive. Hooray!
I walk left one grid square and right one grid square over and over again in the forest to see if Tyrannosaurus Rex spawns here.
No. You said wrong island.
Aww.
Short.
Although there probably are some very strange creatures here. So you will make your way on like a docking town that is relatively small. It's about as big as like the smaller towns in Gradiriel proper. So it's like you said, it's big enough to constitute being a town for this little island, and it's very like you can tell that a lot of the people that are on this particular island are from offshore or from somewhere else, because it's sort of a little melting pot of a bunch of people, a bunch of places. Especially somebody like Byrn, who can easily read out dialects and things. And Riven,
Yes.
are you looking around really at all, or are you trying to like sunlight bad? Or
I'm just kind of hanging in there.
you're a nocturnal creature now. It's fine.
Yep.
So you will make your way into town, and Byrn, you now being top deck and off boat, you will now see that Riven has taken to wearing a blanket over her head. Right?
Kind of. Like, she still has to try to see where she's going.
True.
So it's like
Are you a vampire now?
No.
Locke says as he's like sprinkling her with holy water to see if there's a reaction. Eyes glowing.
Why?
I've got some salt in here. Just flex it on your wrist.
Is this doing anything for you? Like seriously, let me know. I'm worried.
Um, and it's also worth noting that upon hitting shore, Bjorn will he'll leave the boat with that same fellow he'd been having a lot of drinks with in the galley, and he will basically inform everybody of the in-character bit that is going to have Bjorn not be with the party for a while. Bjorn has heard that there was a member of his old clan that had been seen sort of making their rounds on this island, and this particular person was one of his clan's better fighters. Bjorn prides himself to being good in a fight, but this guy was even better than Bjorn was. And Bjorn is hoping to get his aide to come with you guys when you go and save Silver.
Okay.
He's just got to find him, and he's not entirely sure which island he's sticking around to, so he's going to sort of keep to himself and wander the islands a bit and see if he can find information and whatnot. He has not necessarily interacted with Young directly very much, from what I can remember. He only really was with her during the excursion on Iban, and then you guys came back and Silver, and then she left. So, and besides, when it was Silver with the group, Young was always drinking buddies with Silver, not with Bjorn. So he's sort of putting it in your court a little bit that you'll be able to find Young if he's somewhere on these islands, and he's going to sort of wander around a bit to see if he can find the person that he's looking for.
By the way, reasonable possibility that Byrn is the last off the ship to meet up with everyone?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys don't see a half-elf approach you. You see an elf you're not familiar with approach you.
What?
Yep. I have disguised myself to look like an elf.
Right, because you have something you don't like here that you're trying to avoid.
Who is this stranger?
Like, I assume at this point that, like, we just kind of caught on to Byrn's bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's me. It's Byrn.
Makes sense. You weren't all that comfortable coming back here when we were back at Gradiriel, so... Well, I have absolutely no idea where to start here.
Well,
Byrn's like, there's the ship home. No, anyway.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't actually say that.
Okay.
see.
Okay, let's see. I have a section of my notes about it. What happened to Young? Young went to find...
She's on some sort of island.
Yeah, I know her physical location on this map, roughly. She is almost certainly going to be on the big central island somewhere, most likely. Let's see here. Young came into contact with someone who claimed he was a paladin of Helm who had a silver sword. Young attempted to try to get it back, but came up short. He was told it might be better try going with the team, so he returned to Gradiriel to link up with us. Went to the prospector, who had hired us in the past. It was a very important Young's mission, but someone was already there who beat the fuck out of her, and when she came to, she was in a lead cell in the middle of a volcano all the way back on the goddamn cluster. The individual who had silver sword was on an island that started with an N. He was in a city near a temple. He was a dwarf. His name has an R in it. So first thing we need to do is narrow down a city to go to.
Yep.
So we need an island that starts with an N.
Mm-hmm.
As in, not here.
I suppose the first thing we should do is figure out where we could go, where we could get a map of the region, because, like, in character, we have no idea where anything is. We have a map, our characters don't.
So you guys will, sort of, in looking around in town, you'll easily find your way to an inn. Inns in most places look pretty much the same. Easy to find the biggest, most important area of the thing. And you will see that the person who is like running the inn, they will appear to be an interesting sort. They look like a bugbear,
Interesting.
but there's something off. They're like weirdly somewhere between bugbear and something else.
Right. Okay.
Creature type that none of you have seen before. Really.
Right. Right. I mean, I was thinking of heading to like a general store, not an inn, but all right.
Well, general store, place to learn things and talk to people. A lot of the like main thoroughfare traffic and like main islanders here seem to be of some variation of goblinoid related. It's just something is off. So, but Riven, she's distracted by sunlight right now, so it's fine.
Yes.
I suppose I'll send Locke to talk to the guy? Because Byrn doesn't want to be here, Riven is not the best with goblinoids, and Oak is an NPC, and Bjorn is left, so...
Good luck.
So I guess that just leaves Locke.
Yep.
The little twiggy puke of the group. Okay. That's...
I mean, you were
Alright.
you were the group's face before Byron came along.
I guess. Locke will adjust himself a bit. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Head up to the counter.
You're a small one.
Am I? Yes, thank you for rubbing it in. Sorry, long boat ride, bit grumpy. My friends and I are new to the region, and we don't know where anything is. Could you perhaps point us in the direction of a place where we could maybe get a map of the cluster so that we could get around a little easier, know where we're headed?
Oh.
And also, what is the name of this town? I genuinely do not know.
Oh, here? Where you are now?
Yeah.
It is,
Do you need suggestions?
Oh, no, I got one. Ravenloft.
That's the name of a D&D setting, isn't it?
It might be.
Don't break the immersion.
It's not in this world, though. It's fine. I kind of forgot it was
Okay.
a D&D session when I decided to use that name. But it's...
I was gonna recommend this.
And how would you say that?
Truvenmel.
It just said Mayor renamed the town to this. Tune in next week, see if he changes it again.
And it's not got any weird meanings. It's just a cool word.
It's just something that sprung into my head. I was about to blurt it out as a recommendation because I thought maybe you were making it up on the spot.
I do actually like that better than Ravenloft. In considering Ravenloft is actually a D&D session, I'll take your suggestion.
Yay! Truvenmel! I've made a mark on this world besides doing all the goddamn maps.
You know, I do that all the time too, and then it gets erased.
To be fair, back on the main Gradiriel map, most of the names you made are still there. The darkness just kind of, or not darkness, Dora just kind of accepted them, and someone is missing from here. I just noticed in the Roll20, someone's nameplate is missing.
That would be Riven.
Yeah.
I'm here.
There you are.
The Roll20 just sort of booted you for a second, according to our screen for some reason.
Oh, I must have not moved the screen enough for them.
So, yes. You will, the bugbear will be like, Truvenmel.
Oh, cool name.
We think so. So what you come to the cluster for, then?
Personal errand. I'd rather not go into details. It's a very complicated and personal series of things.
Okay. So clearly not just tourists.
We might as well have a look around and be tourists as long as we're here, but we did come here on business. Upon which note, circling back around, a place where we might be able to get a map or something? That is kind of important.
Ah, right. You'll need a map. So
Yeah.
what you need is our local cartographer. He wanders around and makes sure that everybody gets a good idea of what's going on around here. Sometimes weird things happen, but yeah. You will find him at the library. He likes to hang around there, read up on local legends
right.
and stuff.
All right.
He's a bit of a weird fella, though. I will warn you.
Friend, I have ridden on the shoulders of elephants. Weird is normal for me.
Wait.
I told you it's a long and complicated series of things. And I'll just give the bugbear a wink before turning to head back to the group and wave over my shoulder. Depending on what happens, we might be spending the night here later, so you might see us again.
Yeah, sure. And you'll make your way back to the group.
Yes, I will. Okay, so there's a cartographer at the local library. I figure best step one for us would be to get a map so we can get our bearings and know the names of all the places and maybe get some insight at said library. Might not be a bad idea, considering what we're looking for is very specific. So if we can narrow all that down, we can just go from there. Any disagreements?
Sounds good.
Okay. Riven?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you still feeling under the weather?
Daylight hurts right now. Can we just do what we need to go do?
Okay. All right. Let's go find us a library then, shall we?
Hey, we're gonna go learn.
Well, you like libraries anyway, Locke. You're fine.
Oh, absolutely. So, I guess, shit, I forgot to ask where the library is.
You didn't get really directions for it, but this town is relatively small. So assuming that the town doesn't have more than like three two-story buildings in it, libraries might be one of the other ones.
Alright.
Especially if it's a library that someone also uses as their place of residence, very similar to what your mom does. So you will you will make your way to the library, and you will find that inside the library is a couple people, like other villagers, maybe some of the other folks that are traveling to the island as like tourists or something. But the person that immediately strikes your interest as obviously the most interesting person here is a male Vidalcan, blue person.
Right, one of those.
Mm-hmm. And he has a metal prosthetic left arm.
Cool.
And at the moment when you guys walk in, he's like behind the counter welcoming in all the people that walk into the building. And he's basically sort of keeping his attention on the book he's reading. He's like, fiction's that way, non-fiction's this way. If you're looking for anything specific, ask. And he's sort of busying himself with the
A map?
Oh, a map.
A cartographer also, maybe?
That'd be me.
Told you my...
Hi.
Oh, then hello.
You're an interesting bunch.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Riven's actually gonna step inside for once. Typically she stays with Hollis, but she's actually gonna go inside this time.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Cool. Hollis is a
No
little
more
sad.
blanket!
Hollis is a little sad. He's like, why? What? I can't go in. It's too big. I'm too big.
Why?
I'm tired of hiding under the blanket. I need a rest.
Are you saying that to Hollis or everyone else?
Hollis. Nah. But no, everyone now can see her eyes are fully white and they glow.
And the Vidalcan just sort of blinks and is like, okay, well then. So
Right. Anyway.
so a map. You wanted a map of the town then, the islands then.
Yeah, we just got to the cluster, and we're probably going to need to do some island hopping. It would be a good idea to know where the hell we're going.
All right.
And if you're a cartographer, that tells me you probably have a pretty good idea of the land yourself, yes?
Yeah, I sort of walked around a little. I've walked around a bit.
I should know more than a bit if you're a cartographer. Your whole thing is drawing maps, isn't it?
Well, among other things.
All right. Well, as it is, we aren't trying to get to a specific island. We don't have its name, only its first letter, and that is the letter N. And apparently there is a city on it with I believe, a temple to Helm not too far from it. Does any of that sound familiar to you?
Oh, I see. So we're wanting our center island right here, and he points to his map that he brings out, and he says, "You see the very map that you guys are all looking at." So the island.
How meta! I see where we're standing. Oh wait, no.
Yeah. The island in question is indeed the middle one, and he will say right here, this one you're looking for. It's only temple to Helm that I know of that's among these islands. It's Riven, right here in the center. I'd be careful here though. Things can get a little crazy here sometimes.
Well, crazy tends to follow us wherever we go.
Oh, you'll be in good company then. That's interesting. You were wanting Rivenel right here in the center, and
All right.
it's the one that's got the temple that's closest to it.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. One small curiosity aside from that. Given this is an archipelago, I assume it forms from volcanic activity. Is there an active volcano anywhere in this archipelago? I'm not seeing any depictions of a volcano on this map.
Depends on your definition of active.
Like you go inside and there is like running lava inside.
Deep below, perhaps. But as far as active eruptions in the past several years, not really. The closest would be the mountains in the center island there.
Oh, okay, so we only really have one stop we need to make. Good to know.
Oh, that one were you wanting to go then?
Yeah, we're need to hit that city Rivnal, and there's something we're probably going to need to fetch from under that island while we're there.
Coming all this way and then going to the most dangerous place. Well, you do look like the adventuring sort.
Yeah, it just seems to sort of be our thing.
He sort of gives all of you an appraising look, and he's just... So why is the kid doing all the talking?
Honestly, I think it's because, remarkably, I'm the least fucked up.
He has a point.
Whoa.
Yeah, she does that. Like I said, I'm the least fucked up.
I'm the scary one.
Yeah, you're the scary one who may or may not be a zombie at this point.
I am not a zombie.
Are you a vampire, then? You were wearing a blanket the entire way here.
Look, the sun was just hurting my eyes, okay?
Slowly quirks an eyebrow.
What? I told you, it hurts my eyes.
Are there burn marks on her skin?
No. Her skin's just the pale that it's been for a while now.
Does she see that he's, like, looking at her? Like, at her skin?
Let me look at your skin.
Probably.
She sits there, she, like, takes off her bracers, she goes over, sticks her arm outside the door. See? No burning.
Is she,
I
like,
can't-
smoking?
Nope.
Jesus.
In the sunlight?
Nope.
She goes and slams the door shut. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm the least fucked up one among us, which is... Honestly,
Normal.
just puts a whole lot into fucking perspective, really.
Checking to see if this class can cast this spell.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Okay, good. He can't cast it. Oh well.
What was he trying to cast? Oh, sure. Oh, okay.
So, anyway, the artificer will sort of, well, you know what his class is, as if that wasn't obvious anyway.
It wasn't actually, but to go on.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Well, you said he had like a cybernetic arm.
Yeah,
That
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
mean he made it. That just means he got one. Could have been given to him by someone else. He
True.
could have gone in for a surgery.
true enough. But he.
But I have a really high perception, so I'd see that he has affinity for artifacts.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you would see that he has all sorts of knickknacks and artifacts around his counter behind him with your passive perception. So he will sort of speak up, and he's like, "All right, so you want to find the Temple of Helm that's around here? You'll be looking right here in the middle,
All right.
The middle island?
middle island, almost middle of the island, actually.
Oh, it's in the mountain range?
Well, it would be if it went actually into the mountains. It's just, it's in front of the mountains. It uses the mountains as a natural barrier in the back.
Makes sense.
What?
Helm's temples are typically built like fortresses, as I am given to understand it, and a fortress needs a well-defendable position. If your enemy can only come at you from one angle, the front, that's a pretty good defendable position.
Generally, yeah.
What about above?
It is very hard to move large groups of people through mountains.
I mean, well, if you come from up above, I mean, that doesn't seem like hard moving a ton of people through the mountains, since you're going up and over the mountains.
You would be very surprised. Anyway,
Am I missing something?
large groups of people are harder to get through difficult terrain, is all.
It
It
takes
becomes-
twice as long because it takes like an extra 5 foot of movement every 5 foot.
Yes, but I'm talking about, like, if you come from up and above over the mountains, like airship.
Oh.
If there's things such as those. Or, I don't know, like the dragon we've been paying.
Not a lot of fortresses are necessarily built with anti-dragon measures in mind, I should wager, given how
Exactly.
infrequent that shit is, so...
Is this in character?
I don't know.
I don't know. I assume we just kind of transitioned out of that a while ago.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if airships exist in this world.
I don't
No.
think we do.
I mean, maybe not. But the important part is the fact that you
Lying.
may or may not have mentioned to this fellow that you guys are in cahoots with a dragon.
I don't think that part was in character. I kind of transitioned out of that a while ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're good.
Fair enough. All right. So
Is there? So you mentioned a minute ago that this island is dangerous, like the most dangerous in the cluster.
in the cluster, yeah.
Okay, can you give us any tips on what to look out for? Advice on things to do, because we are newbies to this nick of the world, so rather not step in a giant man trap stuck in the ground that eats me in one bite. If you catch my drift, I'd like to know what to look out for.
Newbies. What?
Newbies? Why did you say newbies?
You said newbies.
I did.
Yes.
I didn't. I genuinely did not recall saying this. What? When? How? What?
Like we're noobs. Like this neck of the hoods.
I said we're new to this nick of the world.
Oh, I heard
I don't think.
newbies.
No, I don't think I said that. I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure I didn't say that.
I do believe
Well, the thing is, both of them are kind of both the same. They sound similar, so I
do
can't
believe
understand
we have just
English.
realized- I do believe we have just realized where the origin of the word newbie came from.
I've known that for a long time.
Anyway, so he will sort of sit and just sort of think for a second as if to himself, and well, the central island has a lot of, shall we say, bizarre and powerful creatures. There's,
Why do we gotta go there again?
Because that's where the guy we need to talk to is, and the friend we need to link up with and rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, you do look like you do look like a very powerful bunch. Well, maybe some of you more than others, but there's different ways to fight than just your strength. I should know.
Are you making fun of the scrawny one?
No, I just assumed that his forte is more magical in nature.
On that front, you would be correct.
He can rock your shit, dude.
I'm pretty sure I've broken the fabric of reality a handful of times.
Oh.
Yeah, mister, I can travel through space and time.
Okay, that's a fairly common, if high-ish level spell. I'm more talking about the thing where swamps appear.
Well, I'm talking about the weird shit that goes on in your brain, dude.
My brain?
Yes.
Okay, Pot.
Alright, so
Why'd you call me Pot?
I feel as though you bunch have a very interesting story to tell.
It's a turn of phrase. Pot calling the kettle black. It's
Out of character? I know what you were talking about.
I know.
Riven's just a dumbass.
I am frustratingly aware of that. Trust me. She is Locke's best friend, but holy hell.
Alright.
It's just getting worse.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed. Locke's just gonna roll his eyes. It's part of a turn of phrase. Pot calling the kettle black. It usually is an indication that someone's being hypocritical. Like I said, I'm the least fucked up one here.
Regardless, you do look to be a fairly capable sort. There's just a lot of interesting magic and interesting creatures to watch out for. If you're going to be
I got a question. How are we going to get there in the first place?
They'll probably just hire another boat to take us to Rivenal.
Ah! Can we stay away from boats?
I mean, I don't know how else
That's what
we would...
almost got us killed, okay?
To be fair, in that case, our captain was a dumbass. And, and I don't know any other way we're going to traverse, 38 or more miles, easily more than that. It'd probably be closer to, fucking... Locke's just gonna, grab a ruler from the table and start taking measurements, and then after maybe,
He takes off. He takes off swimming with the ruler. I'll be back.
60 miles. Not, aside from a boat, I'm not sure how we're going to cross that sort of distance without having a teleportation circle for that location memorized, which I do not. And my ability to do that is so we can get home without having to take a boat back.
I have a question. Is there any sort of civilization on this island that's super dangerous?
There's a civilization there, yes, but it's not super dangerous. Echo.
But you just said the island is super dangerous.
The island is, yes. The civilization there is not. Theoretically, you could use a teleportation circle to skip all that if you really wanted to. It just may have a high price and or something that you would have to pay other than money. Time.
And, I'd have to know the circle first, which I don't.
Well, you don't, but others around do. Do you think when I did my cartography, I rode on a boat more than once just to get the lay of the sea?
Most likely.
Whenever I was traveling from island to island to learn more about the individual places, I use teleportation circles. It's much faster. When you have the magic,
Fair enough.
why not use it?
Fair. I suppose that's something we can discuss. Either way.
How much?
Well, that's not for me to decide. I'm not the one who mans the circle.
Then who does?
That would be, I need my name again. Where did that go?
As he goes through and start looking through all the different indexes in one of the drawers.
Well, he knows the name. It's just I don't. Right off. But
No.
Let's just say, take a shot.
Oy.
Because that was a running thing in my FFD6 campaign.
No.
Anyway, so who is this person we need to go talk to about a teleportation circle?
You're looking for Croval.
Roll? Where would we find them?
Well, generally, she likes to keep to the taverns and inns. She's
Is there a particular one she likes?
There's only one major inn in this town, so she mans the circle that's outside of town, though. It's her own little hideaway.
You know the location of that?
You're very focused on your task that you just seem to not fully remember what it was a second ago.
No, I'm just done. I want to go home back to my forest. I don't want to be here. So, simple question for a simple answer. Do you know where the location of that teleportation circle that she mans?
Well, you'll be happy to know it's just outside the forest to the north of us. If you seem to like forests. Maybe going
Can
there
you
will make you
point?
more at home.
Point on the map where?
Like, you're in the right... It's
How far away?
Basically, maybe...
Only like a couple miles based on my measurement.
Yeah, it's basically a couple miles out of town.
So, do we go wait in taverns until this person that we have no clue who looks like shows up? Or do we just go sit by the teleportation circle?
Well, she would either be in town drinking, or she would be at the circle. So,
I suppose
If we want to discuss the matter with her, the circle would probably be the better place to go. Simply on the grounds that there wouldn't necessarily be a big crowd of people for her to get lost in.
speaking out of character, or perhaps for Oak, if you guys want to leave the artificer, you will... I mean, if we don't want to get a description of her, then the easiest way to find her would be to go to the circle, because then she'd be the only one to really show up. Probably.
Yeah, but
I mean,
the thing is, how often does she use the teleportation circles? That's the thing.
Well, if she mans it, she may guard it.
She gets drunk and doesn't show up for a week.
That too.
a week. That is an impressive hangover recovery period.
Well, you administer more medicine as needed.
Uh-huh.
But there is that point. Like, she could be gone for a week.
Perhaps you split up.
Or maybe we just ask for her fucking description.
No, we split up before and that didn't end well.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, let's split up. All of us go to the tavern. All of us go to the tavern, and if she's not there, then all of us go to the circle.
That's
That's not splitting up.
The options by doing both.
Uh-huh. I will ask the cartographer what she looks like.
Yes, that'd be easier.
Wait, no, you fool! That's too easy.
We are D&D players. We do have a weird habit of making things more complicated than they need to be.
We can go let Riven go wander around and be like, hey, who's this person? Where are they at? Just freak everyone in town out.
It's just a creepy undead, maybe vampire zombie woman with Frostmourne axe shows up.
So, he will, give you a description for, Croval. Croval is a, very old and, like, sort of wizened style dwarf lady. She's got,
Oh no.
she's got, graying hair, and, most of her hair is still black, but in some patches it's gray or silver, and she's just as the artificer describes, she's just a sweet old lady.
Insight.
I'll join in on that because I have good insight. That's not my character sheet. This is my character sheet.
11 for Riven. Is the old lady actually sweet?
Critical fail! I rolled a 1.
Nice. Yeah, based on how he's saying, yeah, he's describing her as just a sweet old lady.
I rolled a 23.
Nah.
Is this man trying to lure us into a false sense of security? Do we need to break his pinkies?
I'll be up for that.
No, Riven, no, I was joking.
Riven brandishes both axes, one in each hand, and is like,
No,
you have
you
3
just-
seconds to decline.
No, it would just be one axe and be like, I mean, if you just sit there and hold his hand down, I can use the axe to peel his fingernail off.
No!
So
Why do I feel like Locke is the only sane one here anymore?
I don't know. I'm tired.
It's fine. With your 23 of insight, I gave you a whisper message of what you know about Crowble.
I reacted to it.
That's all. Yes.
Do we get to know, or?
That's up to him.
Okay. Well, that was just a general question to anyone to answer.
Yeah. Actually, let's have a Oak roll insight, because he can do that too. And Mr. Paranoid
Crit fail.
Furball, Most Paranoid Furball is relatively good with insight.
Crit fail. Nat 1. Go.
You can't crit fail on a skill check.
I know, but still.
Okay. He rolled garbage. Anyway. So Oak is
There
like,
was suspicion.
okay. He's definitely not telling us something. He'll say after leaving the area.
What? He didn't tell us something? What didn't he tell us, Oak?
Get the feeling that this Crowville person is perhaps sweet, but only to so many people. Considering he
That
said
bastard. Let's go back and talk to him.
We're gonna go back.
It was... Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we done in the library then? Nothing else?
I
much.
guess, since we're already heading out, so...
Alright, I guess I'll just be the one to say bye to the cartographer. Thanks for the help. We're going, I guess.
Have fun.
I'm impatient.
Impatient, half work, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, where are you going? Are you going to go? You now have a description. Wizened, old, silver black haired dwarf lady.
Why don't we flip a coin for it?
I mean, the tavern's closer. I say we hit the tavern. If she's not there, then just go to the teleportation circle. No need to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Go to the closer spot, then the second one if that doesn't pan out.
I mean, yeah.
At this point, if we are committed to taking the teleportation circle, then all paths point there like Rome. So
We just make sure that Crowball isn't getting a drink, and
Wow.
then we go.
Crowball?
Crowball,
Crowball.
wise dwarf lady, graying hair, mostly patchy, sweet old, possibly a lady.
possibly a lady. What the fuck does that mean?
That's what I got out of his description while I was like half distracted.
Okay, I need to be back for a second, but keep going.
Okay.
Alright, fine. I guess we're gonna go to the tavern.
Psst, let's leave him at the tavern and go to the circle.
No!
Aww.
Who are you, strange man, talking to me?
One of many voices.
Hey,
It's like, yay, I'm canon.
What?
Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm back. What did I miss?
so you're going to go. You're going to
Meta.
go to the tavern, and
As for Kerbal.
looking around, you will find passive perception from both Byrn and Oak is good enough for you to be able to find her. She is actually.
Riven kicks the door and to be like, "Alright, where is this old lady?"
Who wants to know?
Is it the old lady saying it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you look like an old lady.
Riven, what the fuck?
Just go up to her and be like, are you possibly a lady?
But, no, to be honest, that was kind of like an out of character, like, snide of, like, the fact of, like, Riven and Silver kicks doors in and just shouts at people.
Every time you kick a door in, I have to click the thing about kicking the door, but I don't have it on his character sheet, so I don't have it.
Aw.
I have to go and click and dig. And...
No, don't do that.
It's fine.
Pretty much your character in Oak's here and be like, that's the old... Oh, okay, Riven, you're shouting at old people.
Yeah, pretty much. Who wants to know, and what the fuck is wrong with your voice, honey?
I don't know, I'm just fucked up right now,
I
and I don't give a shit.
Well, you're in good
Locke will
company.
poke his...
Are this like crowbar, barn, what?
Crowbar?
Ugh.
I am
I'm
going
not
to
good
use
with
Awaken. I'm going to use Awaken Mind on this woman to profusely apologize for Riven. I am so sorry about her. She might
Get
be
out
going
of my
insane.
head, boy. No.
I'm okay.
Oh,
No.
Get out of my head.
I don't like towns. I don't like boats. Anyway, so
Yeah,
are
pretty
this
much, yeah.
are you... It's like, so are you this lady?
Do you see anyone else that matches the description?
What description? I didn't give a description. Just the name.
Name an old lady. There's not very many people that are like me. What do you want?
How much to use the teleporter?
Depends on what you need it for.
We need to go to an island.
Obviously.
We need to get to Rivenal specifically.
Oh.
So how much?
She sort of looks over the bunch of you.
Look, we don't have all day. We got a person that's waiting on us.
Riven, if you could fucking not.
What? We are on a rescue mission, are we not?
Yes, and antagonizing our potential means of transportation by being rude is not going to help matters.
She puts a gold on the table. Is it enough now? She puts another one. How about now? How about now? How about...
He puts a platinum on there. How about now? No. Ah.
You know what?
She pushes Locke forward. Fine, go speak to her.
Feeling out of...
I don't want the boy. I want you. Points to Riven.
Why?
Oh, wow, okay. You know what? Locke's walking out.
What?
Locke's leaving. He's walking out. He does not have the patience for cranky old people who treat him like shit. He had enough of that when he was a kid. He is done. He's out.
There is a
Locke.
There stands a very confused elf slowly blinking at everyone.
Locke is going to glance back to
Why
Riven
are
and
you
make
following us, Elf? Ever since the boat, you've been following
Okay,
us.
you know what? I'll point at the old woman. We'll be back in a minute. Apparently we have some shit to sort out. Riven, Byrn, come on.
What?
Come on.
Byron's already in front of you out the door.
Riven just sits there and like kind of goes into a slump and be like, okay.
I'm just gonna say, out of character, I love this. This is great.
This is chaos.
It is. I mean, it's
Okay.
great.
All right. Once we're outside, I'm going to pivot hard on my heel, and I'm going to gesture at Byrn. Okay, first of all, you know that Byrn can do that thing where he makes his face look different. That's Byrn, okay? We clear? Good.
I don't know who that is.
What?
Again?
I've never met him before. What do you mean, again?
This is Oak, and he's just like, this isn't the first time that you spontaneously lost recollection of a friend.
Or at least a member of the group.
Or ally.
Did she forget Bjorn immediately after I had joined, or immediately before?
I think that was like just
was like-
immediately before.
It was like before, and then we met up with you, and she was like still kind of side-eyed to him, and then you came along.
And then she eventually remembered him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I transformed to look I transformed to look like Bjorn.
Oh, good.
Oh,
No.
I thought you said you were going to go off to do that. Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Now.
So yes,
I'm
that's
Griffin.
problem number one.
Okay.
Discovered.
Now, next thing. Riven, I say this with love, but what the hell is your problem today?
I am impatient. I want to go get this done. Okay?
I get that.
Been on a
I do.
boat. I hate it. I don't want to be in a tavern. It's noisy. And I just... Nah. I'm just done with people.
I get all of that, but whether we like it or not, we still have layers of people we need to get through before we're done here, and being antagonistic and hostile to people is not going to help. Look, I totally understand it. At this point, I am honestly half inclined to rip that old woman's arm off myself.
Why?
I was trying to apologize for your behavior, so she yelled at me. It was the mind thing. Then I tried to speak verbally, and she brushed me off again, and I do not have patience for that kind of person. I had to deal with it enough when I was back in my hometown. I'm not dealing with it here.
Riven hugs him?
No, not right now. Not in the mood.
Oh, just hugging.
Later.
I don't care.
Later.
You can't beat it. Accept it. Look,
Sorry.
it's weird for me too now. Just please accept it.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry. It's just... It
Breathe.
is really, really easy for
Breathe.
people like that to get under my skin.
Breathe.
Now,
You good?
for the moment.
She lets
Now.
go.
Okay.
And he's like, and now I'm not. And then she grapples again.
Okay, now.
Like her demeanor changes to be like, she yelled at you. Like, oh, she's actually like fully serious now.
Yeah.
Brandishes her axe. She yelled at you.
Yeah, now, I can totally get that she wouldn't want to talk in the head. That is a bit of a breach, and I should have asked first. I can accept that. Bitching at me out loud about it? No. I don't deal with that. That being said, if we are serious about making use of the teleportation circle, then we can't afford to antagonize this woman, so either we walk away right now and get a boat, or we be as reasonably polite as we can be, and I am apparently not up for being at the front of that conversation. Also,
I don't like boats, but she yelled at you.
yeah. Now, one other thing.
No one yells at you. No
Right,
one yells
yeah.
at you.
Okay, please don't go vengeance mode. We have enough on our plate. Now, before we do anything else, Oak, question. Do you have that spell you have that, like, lifts maladies or whatever on people? The Greater Restoration one? Do you have that one prepped?
I have lesser restoration prepped, not greater. I don't have it yet.
I thought you did. I know for a fact Bjorn did, but he went and ran off before I could ask him to do anything with it.
Let me double check.
He did?
Oh, okay. And yeah, I was looking at Bjorn's sheet. He had it on his sheet. He didn't have it prepared.
Byrn just did it.
Okay.
The fuck?
Yeah.
So what happens? I get touched by a weird elf. Okay.
Locke didn't even finish explaining his reasoning. Byr's just like, Greater Restoration? I can do that! Clap!
Pretty much. The situation is eating me up inside. Fight, tap.
Do you have the spell component?
A diamond?
Diamond dust worth at least 100 gold, which the spell consumes.
Let me actually read what the ability does.
It's like, in a restoration, I can do that. I don't know, actually.
It was on my list of usually prepared if possible, so I imagine I have at least enough to do it once, but I will let the voice in the sky dictate.
God, are you there?
All right.
Hold on.
Oh, he gets a busy signal.
Yeah.
Meep, meep.
I'm reading.
Please
hold
leave
on.
a message after the tone. Beep.
All right. So, Greater Restoration says it can remove target's atonement to a cursed
Oh.
magic
Oh.
item.
What?
Uh-huh. The question is,
Is he?
do you-
Is that an actual like level 12 spell? Oh, not a level 12. Like we're level 12s, right?
Fifth.
It's a fifth
It's a
level.
5th level spell.
It's a fifth level spell, and Byrn is appropriately leveled to have that spell, though he's not like super high level. He's the same level as the rest of you. But
Okay, this is about to get interesting.
yeah, exactly.
I think there's a roll involved.
I believe.
Spell DC. Spell save.
Hold on.
My only question is how many effects are currently on her and which one randomly gets removed?
Well, it's the one we're looking at. Okay, let me ask this: what are you trying to remove?
Small boys say greater restoration. I tap Riven on shoulder.
Yes, but I'm asking you, as in, like, is there a particular point that you're trying to remove?
Byrn would know.
Because it says it'll end one effect, so either the
Yeah.
effect of like the voices or
Byrn has
Whatever is
Then-
making you not act and
That's the thing.
basically
I need to know a specific thing that you're trying to do, of what you're trying to get rid of.
so you had several things going on before.
There's
I
several
imagine.
things going on, but I need you to, like, what's a particular thing you're going after?
The
It's just
thing that's making
saying-
you act most not like you. That would be
Locke is-
new.
That's
Locke-
everything.
Yeah, Locke was going to ask to either, like, if anything could be done with that to, like, mellow Riven out, because he's assuming at this point that the axes are making her act even more aggressive than before, or just remove the sunlight sensitivity so she can stop being grumpy by the sunlight burning her eyes. That was
Yeah.
what Locke was going to suggest. Remove one of those.
Just
You,
saying-
Riven wasn't like silver tongue spoken when I first met her, but she wasn't like jumping down people's throats if they weren't hop to chop chop.
I feel as
So-
though Locke is wanting Riven to basically calm down, mellow out.
Pretty much. I'm wanting to see if we can get her to chill a bit, dial back some of the aggression.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say then is, since this is a high level spell,
But it's not going after one thing in particular, so there won't be need to roll.
right? It's going to go after a certain.
Basically, I don't know what's there, so I don't know what to target. I'm just like, hope this works, Pat.
See, this wouldn't have been a problem if you had let Locke finish talking.
Yes. So it's just like,
Ooh, helpful! I don't know!
That is my
What would you have said?
I think that that you do have these spell components to do that for reasons. So the spell does work. It goes off, and the Riven has an effect that's on her that's dropped.
Okay, I was not quite done talking, but all right. Are you feeling any different, Riven?
I'm fine.
Insight check. Does she look less pissy?
Yes, she looks less pissy. Like she's
Good.
not going to go kill someone.
Good. All right.
Okay.
That looks better. All right. Okay.
Also, stranger, please don't ever touch me again without my permission.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So we do need to address that. That guy's been traveling with us for a while now.
But I've never seen him.
Yeah. See, this is the second time you've forgotten someone traveling with us. You remember Bjorn, right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how for a little bit there you totally blanked on who he was when he was traveling with us? And then suddenly just, oh!
That's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, well, apparently it's the same thing that's happening here. For whatever reason, I assume because of whatever's eroding you, that,
Are you sure?
I am positive. I have memories of this guy traveling with us for at least a few weeks now. How long has it been, DM?
It's been a couple of weeks. Or...
Yeah, it's been probably almost a month or two at this point.
About a month or two. At least that, given how long we were at sea, so...
She looks at the strange elf.
It's not what he normally looks like. He's currently disguised.
She holds up a hand, just like, shh.
Okay.
I'll be keeping my eye on you. If you do anything funny, you're on my shit list. Now, can we go talk to the old lady?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to take a backseat. I want nothing to do with this conversation.
Why are you taking a backseat? You're the talker.
I am, but I know if I try to have a conversation with this woman, I'm just going to start screaming at her, and none of us wants that, so...
She pats her head. She pats your head.
Okay.
See, pats her head.
No.
Pats her head, rubs her belly.
She sits there and, like, rubs her eyes and be like, it hurts. Back inside. She goes inside.
Okay. And Locke will just, Locke's just gonna stay outside, frankly. He does not like this woman.
Is the old lady sitting down?
Yep.
At a table?
Yep.
Is there more chairs than one?
Yep.
Riven will sit down in a
Across
chair.
from her. Like across from her.
She will.
Yeah.
Fine, she'll sit down in that chair.
Oh, you're back. Hi.
Aye. So, how much would it be to use your teleportation circle to get to the middle? The Locke, what's the name of it again?
Rivenal.
Rivenal. Yeah, that one.
Well, you seem to be an interesting bunch that has quite a lot going on.
Yeah, so we don't really want to get into it because it's a really long story.
I know.
Okay.
I get it. Whatever you got going on, I don't need to know all that.
Why in a row? Okay.
But if you want to get there, it's going to be either you do something for me, or it's... We'll say, 10 gold a person.
How many's in the group?
Currently, there's 4. 5 if you count Hollow.
Riven will put down 5 platinum.
Oh, you really are adventurers. Alright.
Okay.
You can see her mentally calculating exactly how many drinks that'll buy.
What? What's the heavy sigh?
These old ears are stronger than they look, honey. Come on. And she will get up and start to make her way out. She heard you guys talking outside. Unless you went far away.
I was figuring far enough away to ensure privacy, but alright.
Well, you said the moment we got outside, you turned on your heels.
You did.
I guess.
So.
So, tell your friend. Wasn't anything against him specifically. It's just more that you're the more interesting one.
How am I the interesting one? I'm the most fucked up one here.
Exactly. And I don't quite know why. But either way, you wouldn't be the first.
I don't know
strange-
why I'm the fucked up one here. So,
No idea at all.
no idea at all. Let's just go find them.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
Somehow I knew there was going to be an insight check.
So, she will just make her way out and just silently walk by all of you and sort of make her way out of town.
Come on.
She has this like walking stick cane that's just like very gnarled and it's actually really pretty for being a walking stick. It's got this little gem in the top of it that you can just barely see under her hand. Yeah, she's gonna make her way out.
I guess we're going to follow.
Yep.
Alright.
And
I'm sure she now knows
Locke's
going
gonna
to.
be in the back of the group.
Raven's just going to put Locke on top of Hollis. Just be like, you just stay there.
you can sit there. And then Hollis is like, "Is everyone okay?"
Or just so a bit grumpy and tired of this adventure. Just want to go home.
Are you
And then as
talking-
Riven starts to walk away, Hollis just stays there because she said to stay.
No.
No.
And the ending thing for this session, is gonna be the old woman sort of looks back and it's like, "Are you barking back there?"
Shut up! I told you I'm fucked up.
Great.
Just leave me alone.
And that's where the session ends, is it? I think that's probably one of the few times Locke has actually gotten viscerally pissed at someone in campaign.
Yeah.
It's
Riven was
surprisingly
prepared
mellow.
to murder. Riven was prepared to murder the old lady for yelling at Locke.
And
But no, you guys just had something successful happen with Riven.
yeah.
Finally!
In the nature of like there's multiple effects going on Riven right now, and
You gotta be kind of like pinpoint on like what you want to try to,
the way
based off
that,
the wording of the restoration spell. You gotta like be
yeah,
specific.
the way that remove curse and greater restoration and stuff like that works is you have to specifically pinpoint what it is that you're wanting to remove, and not knowing the specifics of what is going on with Riven, you can still be kind of vague as to
Like,
say,
oh, get rid of the voices, and she'll like have her normal voice. again.
Right.
and-
Or make her mellow the fuck out because she's getting more hostile.
yeah,
I know that.
And that seemed to work. So
yeah, it is.
I know the aspect of the spell that you guys both like pinged on. I realized it because I hadn't even read it myself. He said "Greater Restor," and I clicked it. You know, so I didn't even know I hadn't read it myself. But I have that, and I happen to have it prepared. But I know the part of it you were dinging on, but I would not necessarily have the insight to know that that is the strongest thing to use it
Right.
for. So it was like, she's had multiple issues. She now has multiple more. The biggest one is currently her mouth. How do I fix it?
yeah.
And see, that's the nature of it. It's you don't necessarily have to ping specifically because you're not necessarily going to know specifically what it is. But a lot of the nature of stuff like remove curse or whatever is just pinpoint vague enough to be like this thing. And in the nature of saying, remove what's making her outright hostile, there was very much
There's multiple things that was making her hostile.
well, yes, but in particular, the strongest one currently was the most obvious one was that. And in theory, if you wanted to spend a couple days, resting up or getting more uses of the spell, Bjorn could theoretically, or Byrn rather, Byrn could theoretically just be like, Greater Restoration, fix her eyes. Greater Restoration, fix her voice. Or whatever.
It would become like a surgery scene where we just like have her lay flat out and then just remove each thing one at a time. That would take a lot of diamonds.
Now, keep in mind, this is meta as heck, but the major roadblock to that is going to be, Riven, no, don't let him touch you!
Pretty much.
That does have a part in it, and we're prepared for that. It's just whenever you guys, like, get the part to that part of, like...
And in particular, like, obvious meta is obvious. And this is just the nature of those spells themselves. If those spells are used on, like, actual gear rather than on person, while that's an option, that's not going to fix Riven.
I recall one time I tried to, like, yeet one of the axes as far away as I could with a spell, and Knives started freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, because there's a stronger connection than you think.
I get the impression that there is if this axe goes too far away, or if the attunement is somehow broken, you die.
No, not that harsh yet.
But the nature of it is, it's a
in general, she would take damage.
It's a very dangerous item because it's not one but two.
Right.
So removing curse on one is going to remove the attunement of that one, and then the other one is going to make her want to attune back to the second one. So there's all sorts of shenanigans,
hurdles,
and hurdles and craziness,
circles to jump through
to keep someone from basically just being like, Greater Restoration, pop, you're fine, or remove curse, you're fine. No, it's not going to be that easy.
It's a little bit more slightly deadly.
Yes, and aside from that, though, I think this session went pretty well, and I hope that crazy stubborn old lady was not too frustrating to actually Brian and was just a Locke.
I will admit, there was a tiny flare-up of frustration, but I mostly just channeled that to influence my role-playing.
Yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't...
I thought it'd be fine.
And it wasn't that she's been around for a really long time, and she doesn't like... She likes it when things are fresh and new and different. And she was not saying that Locke was any kind of, derogatory or against him. It's just simply Riven's more interesting.
Yeah, Locke really doesn't care.
Right, I know.
His first interaction with this woman was being yelled at, and then being dismissed. He officially hates her. He had to deal with that. He had to deal with that a lot back in Seven Aura. That basically characterized his entire childhood. He hates that, he despises it, and by extension, he now hates her. That ain't going away.
You gotta understand, it's just like you just popped in her head unannounced.
Yeah, he was willing to accept that was a boo-boo on his part. Then she brushed him off, and all bets were off.
Yeah, it's fine.
He was willing to apologize. Now he no longer cares.
That's
fine.
No,
you don't have to apologize to her.
It's fine. It's ultimately, like you've said it before, Locke 17. that kind of mindset makes perfect sense for a teen, especially considering his upbringing. It's perfectly fine. I just wanted to make sure myself, as DM, that it wasn't something that aggravated you, the player.
It was a little bit, but again, I just channeled it into the character. It's no big deal. It's fine.
Alright, fair enough. So moving on from that, I will say that The This Has Been Shadows can be Kenneth, and the Join Us Next Time can be Brian.
This has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
Join us next time as we keep trying to make more and more progress towards getting Yong back and figuring out where the hell the guy with Riven's sword is hiding. Not Riven, Silver's. Shut up.